Men and women gather separately and together in non-scripted conversations over the topics at hand. The people and their responses are real. No telling what's gonna happen. It's his and hers. Let's jump in. All right. It's his and hers. Weekly online panel discussion. I am your host, OMNIETC. I'm me, etc. And this week, we are joined by, and we have a few guests returning this week. We have Miss Fee, Atlanta, Georgia, Shanika, Indianapolis, Indiana, Ray Ali, Hollywood, Florida, and Zav Bennett, Lexington, Kentucky. All right, how's everybody doing this evening?
Great.
Feeling magnificent.
Fabulous. Blessed.
Yeah. Sensation.
Sensational. All right.
Highly favored up this way myself. All right. And we're going to get right to it with a returning question that both the men and women have answered separately on this round. Who approaches on the first interaction? Men or women?
Should be the man.
It definitely will be the man with me.
Yeah, absolutely. I taught my daughters that. You got to go talk to a man. He's not interested.
At all.
But for one thing, now you look desperate.
I'm gonna agree because I'm kind of old school with that, but I wouldn't say that a female doesn't kind of maneuver it to where the man will approach. You know, we walk in front of him a couple of times, accidentally got something, be like, oh, you know, make sure he notices. So I'm not sure if that's an approach or a pre-approach, or I don't know, but I must admit I've done that a couple of times. Like, hey, well, he did eventually speak words to me first, but I feel like I gave him the opportunity.
You reeled them on in. You reeled them on.
Just dropped it on in there for him, like, hey, a snack over here. Are you hungry? Just
Omni is it's funny because it is a question that you brought back from last week. So I was kind of waiting to put my input on it. And Demonia, I believe that's your name. Demonia, the one who just spoke.
Who are you talking about?
No, that's Miss Five just spoke. That's Miss Five.
Miss Five just spoke.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, but your description was exactly what we talked about last week, where majority of us was in agreement, and it's expected that the man approach, especially if you got a more old school mindset. However, women do get those cues that let us know that it's okay to approach. You know what I'm saying? And especially in this environment that we in right now, where everything is so ambiguous, and it's kind of hard to know if you approaching in the right way, if you're approaching at the right time or approaching in the right place, you know what I'm saying? So I do think there is not an approach on both sides, but confirmation on both sides. And then it's up to the man to do whatever with that.
So I got an amendment to what I just said, because that could come in two different settings. It becomes, in one of the settings, it could be two friends. I can know her for a long time, and then she says, you know what, Raymond, let's just go out. And that's acceptable. But a new woman that you just meet, if she's coming up to you the problem.
Yeah,
You
she's
think
not.
you
Yeah.
think if she comes up to you, it's a problem? Period.
I mean, there's red flags.
Can
Unless
you
you're into that
elaborate?
kind of thing. Some guys are into that woman that's a bit more domineering or whatever.
Well,
They
let's
like that.
like a lot of my friends, colleagues are solar dealers, right? And they make substantial amounts of money. So when we go out, it ain't no, sometimes we bring out the Ferrari, sometimes we may bring out the Bentley. So if a girl's coming up to you, most likely she's seeing you get out of one of those cars.
Mm.
So it's a red flag to men who make money if a woman comes up to you. And the man is the chooser. So, we don't want to kind of make the decisions if we even want to be with the girl, if we want to marry the woman, not the woman. So if you got a woman coming up to you, she's probably a little manly.
Mm-hmm.
Good
we
little-
look?
See, I was just walking in front of the Ferrari at the red light.
Yes, 5.
Drop my breeze card. Oops! Oh, did I drop my bus pass? Where's my bus pass?
I need to. Don't quote me on this, but I did see a quote that I need to look into. But it was a quote that said, "Women who engage first tend to have better results with relationship."
That's interesting. That's very
It
interesting.
is interesting.
It is. And the reason why I say that is because if the woman doesn't approach that situation first and she's in the relationship or whatever, she's in there, you decide whatever outcome you want that relationship to have, because while you're in it, you need to be vocal about the things that you like and the things that you don't like. So you need to do a little bit more sorting before you get a little serious and say, this is a relationship. That's just me. That's just
see
me.
that. I could see where that female that makes the approach may be more successful, because if you're on the approach, that means you're basically on the hunt. You are already in your mindset to do this. Versus if I was just chilling, waiting on my bus, and then this dude just walked up and decided I was hot. I might just been like, nah, I'm really legit just waiting on the bus. I'm like, I'm not even open to a relationship. Versus if I walked over to the guy in Ferrari, tapped on the window, was like, hey, how you doing? My name is, and do it that way. So you're already in that mode. So I could see that being more successful than just a random, hey, how you doing? I'm not available right now. Or yeah, I can see where that quote makes sense.
Interesting.
I think
But
the
I'm
way
gonna still stop in front at the red light in front of the Ferrari. I'm still gonna wait.
The bandit snap, huh?
Okay.
All right, folks. Let's move the conversation forward a little bit, bouncing off of the last topic. Do you believe in love at first sight? Do you believe in love at first sight?
Yes.
Well, if depending on your mindset, love of what? Beauty, comfort, security. What are we talking about? What kind of love?
I believe it's beauty, because it says first sight, and you don't know
Beauty.
if she's really comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got comfortable with her yet, so you know what I'm saying, to know how she is. Because what's comfortable to her might be, you know what I'm saying, hella tumultuous. I'm gonna use a big word. I'm gonna use a TI word. Hella tumultuous. For you, it could be turbulent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be. You know what I'm saying?
Love
Because she might.
Love at first sight.
You know what I'm saying?
She might be worth it, though. She might be worth all of that.
What is the word?
I like them a little crazy.
What is that? Infatuation? Is that what that word is?
Infatuation. Definitely.
That's what I'm thinking.
Obsession.
Yeah. What do you? I just, I don't know. I've been married, and I don't. I wouldn't say that she was my high school sweetheart, and I married her because one of the reasons is because we had a child, and I don't think it was love at first sight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I've ever, and I've dated a lot of women. Not saying that we've been intimate, all those relationships, but love at first sight, nah, I just can't see how. How? Like, how?
I think you could have attraction at first sight for sure.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
through that attraction, you know, that attraction can be in a very extreme attraction that instantly has emotions attached to it. But you know, I think love is a deeper thing that's not just something that happens to you. It's something that you work towards and build up towards. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the whole notion is somebody come and just sweep you off your feet and you instantly, you know, like I'm saying, those emotions could feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not gonna instantly know you love somebody until you've seen some to them.
So the definition of love, right? It's an intense. I don't know how many people you meet and were you intense on the first sight. Feeling of deep affection. I don't know if you can do all that with an eye glance.
I've had someone me. So that's why I said I believe in it. I myself have not had love at first sight, but I've had someone do that with me.
Of course.
That's what all the stalkers be
I
saying.
didn't make it like that. I'm just saying. I'm thinking.
I'm wrong with it.
So wait, just to clarify, you said that you've never felt that emotion, but a man has felt that emotion for you. That's what. Okay.
Yes, I like we're sitting here talking, and I think you're an attractive man, but I'm not gonna say, "Oh my gosh, I love you."
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Tell you something, sister. If a man tell you he love you at first sight, it's all cap.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So it grew into whatever it was. I mean, it was great while it lasted for the years that it lasted. So, I mean, everything that he told me, he showed up and showed out on. So.
You said ED?
No, I did not say. I did not say that.
That last, and you had an ED
lasted when it while it lasted. Yeah.
Okay.
As in over. Well, I must say yes, because I would say it happened to me, but it was more on the lovey lusty side, because I'm a hugger, and I had a friend that had a friend with him and introduced me to the friend, and I hugged my friend, and his friend said, "Hey, I want to hug too," and then I hugged his friend, and I was just like, "Oh, well, how you doing?" Like, wait, I had to look at him again, and it was just like, and we went out after I got off of work that night. We went to breakfast, and then we did not leave each other's company for the next 2 weeks.
What was his sign?
Taurus. Both of us was Taurus. He's an April Taurus.
It wasn't love, it was the energy.
So it was, it was that Taurus passion thing. Like, okay, because love is not permanent
at all.
You can fall, and not saying that I was in love. It's like, okay, I've got a love for this dude. It was just like, oh my gosh, like you said, the definition, an intense emotional reaction. It was just like, who is this? And it wasn't like he was just like Omicron 99 fine and I'm, Tyra Banks over here. It was just like, hey, we need to be in this space, and we were in each other's space for some years, and I could probably still get in his space, but his wife would probably be mad, but he 100% wouldn't even care. It would just be on and popping.
Okay.
So
yeah. On that anarchic note, going to go on commercial break. We got to pay these bills. I am so sorry to stop this conversation right there, but we got to pay these bills. All right. Stay plugged in.
If you or someone you know would like to be a panelist on His and Hers, email us at production@plugnetworkonline.com. Subject line, His and Hers. Want your brand or business featured on the plug? Advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. Again, advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. We got the eyes that are looking for you. No telling what's gonna happen. It's His and Hers. Let's jump in.
All right, welcome back to the discussion that we're having today. Miss Miss Fire, are you done, or was there more that you wanted to add on? It seemed like you was on a roll there.
Was just being honest. I'm sorry, I got in my memories and it spilled out a little tea.
It's all good. It's all good.
Because it
You're
took me
speaking
a
from your
minute to think
perspective.
about that love at first sight. I'm just like, I don't know. I thought it was lust, but then it wasn't, but then it was. But then I guess, yeah, like it can happen that you love something now. Being in love, I think, is a different thing. And that is that knowledge of that person or that situation and that growth that will put you in love. But like I could love, I've seen some cake that it was like, yep, I'm already in love. I already know I'm gonna like that. Just looking at it. So yeah.
What was it? Infatuation.
I thought infatuation is like a extra, like an irrational type
Well,
reaction to something.
Mm.
I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't have my glasses on. Can somebody Google that? I don't know. But yeah, I thought the infatuation was more of like something more intense than just like, yeah, I love me some banana cake versus like, gotta have a banana cake all the time.
infatuate is put into force or operation. So you already have pre-planned you going over to talk to him to put your action into place. That's not.
Oh, that's like on some pre-stalkerish. Okay, no, we don't do that. No, we don't do that.
No, it's one of those things where you with your homegirls and y'all say, I bet I can get him. No, I bet you can't. Watch this.
But that ain't infatuation. That's just gameplay. That's just a little fun, a little banter. Like,
Yeah, that's definitely banter.
like girl, hold up. I'll be right back.
Most numbers, who can pull them off?
Okay,
So
I'll
are we
fold over
saying
the
this
same
has never been
paper.
practiced? This doesn't go into practice?
What doesn't go into practice?
The game plan. The game.
Yeah,
that y'all
because
play.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. It
Thanks for
happens.
clarity.
No problem.
Yeah,
All right,
I
let's go
mean,
to that. Let's keep this train rolling. What are your deal breakers?
Children under the age of 5. Nope.
yes.
a
Children
dead
age
daddy.
of 10.
Ray, what was yours?
A deadbeat baby daddy.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Alcoholic.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a drunk girl. It was fun, but ooh.
That was fun.
Sure. It was,
It's fun until it ain't fun.
Hey, y'all remember Coming to America with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall was going through the different women at the club and they were sitting down.
At the table.
yeah. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the children under the age of 10, that's a deal breaker for me. He needs to be gainfully employed. So if he's not gainfully employed or doesn't have any ambition, any will, any drive, that's a major deal breaker for me. Being a deadbeat to your children, that's a deal breaker for me as well.
So me and I didn't mean to cut you off. Me and my partner were having this conversation, me and my girlfriend, and I asked her this question last night. Literally, she's a traveling doctor, so you know she's always all over the place. Like she's in Columbus, Indiana right now. So, and I asked that question, and you know what her response was? I want to read it. I'm gonna read y'all the spot because I shared it today with my close friend. Latasha, and she said it was so sweet. But I asked her that question, the same question, and she said that, hold on. And I think a lot of women should follow suit with this because I think it's very important. Where'd it go? Hold on, y'all. It's right here. All right, here we go. She says, after I thought about your question, the type of man that I want is the type that God sent me. Then she put in parentheses, you. We must continue to fight for what we want. And this is why I fight for us. And how sweet is that?
That is beautiful.
She doesn't have any blanket descriptions or combated word what she's not going to accept. She said the type of man that she wants is what God brought to her, which was me. So with all my flaws, because I have a child that's 8 years old, because I was in the military, so I was considered a deadbeat daddy because I was over fighting wars while she was over here doing whatever she wanted to. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, you might have you one, man.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And she sent that yesterday. Me and Latasha talked about that today. And she was like, Ray, that is so sweet.
It is.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Zav, it looks like you about to say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the point where I'm at in life right now, my biggest turn off, or I forgot how we phrased it. What was the exact question again? Deal breakers. My biggest deal breaker definitely is respect. And I'm seeing more where it's not even about, necessarily having to have respect for me or respect for like manhood or anything like that. Just to know respect in general, you know what I'm saying? And know how to compose yourself and understand the timing of things, you know what I'm saying? So I would say with that foundation of respect, I feel like you can build a lot off of that because it's seeming like it's more rare and rare nowadays.
So I totally agree. And I don't want to ask the question because this is a show, but what does it mean when women say, or when people say respect is earned? What does y'all actually mean by that? Respect isn't just given, it's earned.
I don't say that because I give everyone respect. So you'll get respect out of me until you give disrespect. And even then, we're going to tread lightly on how I move, because once you become disrespectful, I have to alter the way I move with you so that you don't get me out of character.
Yep.
And maybe that's what respect being earned means. It's like, I'm giving you what you're giving me. If you're going to give me the fist, I'm going to give it back to you.
Okay.
Like, maybe that's it. I'm like, for me, yeah, you're going to have to earn certain levels of respect, I feel, are earned. I feel that once on your initial encounter, there's just a standard that you have, and that's intrinsic.
Depending on...
Then that interaction furthers the earning of the respect. So if I walk up to you and say hello, and you give me the what's up in the face,
But you know what?
Now you're changing the levels of respect. We're diamonds, so there's different facets. So you might not want that facet, but you're giving this. So I'm being the reflection of you. That's the earning of the respects, or unrespect, or disrespect, I should say.
You know why that happens, right?
Why? What happens?
Why a man can assume that he has the right to disrespect somebody else's child.
That's what they were taught.
No, it's because a woman before you allowed them to do it.
Yep, that's training.
Yeah.
That's what you were taught to do. If you were taught to respond to certain behaviors.
But the woman wasn't taught to do.
That's true as well. So I'm a firm believer.
Accept it.
For how to treat you.
Yeah.
So once you start doing something I don't like, and I explain to you that we're not going to do this, and then if you continue to do this, then we're not going to do it.
Yeah, we're not going to do anything anymore.
It's going to be like, okay, it was nice knowing you, or whatever the relationship is. If it's a business relationship and I just can't get around having to work with you, I will maneuver that a little bit differently to where the deal can go through, and then we can go on and be about our ways. But, as far as any other type of relationship, friendship, significant others and things like that, we got to set that line in the sand where, this is not okay. We're not going to keep doing this.
So where are more women like y'all at? Because right now, the domestic violence percentage is up 175% in America for Black women.
Mm-hmm.
And
what does that mean? I'm sorry, you lost me. It means what now?
In other words, there's a lot of disrespect going on out there.
People is cranky and pissed off at everything. Everybody mad. People ain't getting hugs. The truth is coming out. People, I mean, when the last time you had a good hug? Be honest. Let's be honest. When is the last time you had a hug that made you relax and exhale?
Yeah, I'm a hugger too.
Okay, and tell me how good that feel when you get that feeling. Like, please, I ain't gonna lie, I need a hugger too. I take a hug. Like, you need these things. People is mad. People are sick. People crazy.
It was amazing just to be your testimony. I recently had one. It was uplifting.
All right, you just be like, thank you. Like, I'm looking for somebody, kid, like, who need to get babysat? Who 2-year needs some hugs? Come here, come hug auntie. Come here. Let me get some snuggums, like some good energy or whatever. But it's not enough. It's people are just unhappy, and everything is so negative. It's so cranky. And here it is where we've been fake and been like, oh yes, dear, that's great. Now we're like, that's not it, sir. You need to come back and give me about 30 more minutes. And dudes is like, wait a minute, now she mean. Like, why she didn't you just lay down before? So I think it's just a whole lot of newness. Technology is making communication so more important than it has been treated. People can now see where, hey, they've been lying to me. This been lying to. I can actually find my own information now. So it's just like people just out here fighting. I'm just trying to give out hugs though. So
I
But I
I
got
think
don't,
the
you.
I don't, I don't know
We
question,
where
gotta
the
take a
rest of
quick
us
commercial
huggers.
break, guys. Sorry to break up the conversation, but we're gonna get right back to it. More his and hers after the break. Stay plugged
that's
in.
okay.
If you or someone you know would like to be a panelist on His and Hers, email us at production@plugnetworkonline.com. Subject line, His and Hers. Want your brand or business featured on the plug? Advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. Again, advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. We got the eyes that are looking for you. I'm telling what's gonna happen. It's his and hers. Let's jump in.
Welcome back with more his and hers. Uh, Current topic at hand, if you're just now joining us, is what are your deal breakers? And I believe, Shanika, you were about to speak when we left off. Hold on one second. I think
Mine were. So I believe I'm done speaking.
okay. All right. All right. Moving right along. Let's get to the next question. And I believe the ladies had the chance to speak on this. I'm not sure the fellas did. Actually, I think y'all both spoke on a different version of this exact question. So let's get to it. Do you think a relationship can get back to normal after cheating?
Mm.
Nah, it's like a broken bone. It'll never go back the same. If that's what we're calling normal. If normal is going back to as it was before, never that.
Yeah.
Because that happened. Even if you give the person a hard pass, like, okay, I cheated, well, you can go get you one. It's still gonna be in the back of your mind. And me, I'm stingy. That's mine. How dare you let that somebody else touch that? Like, I don't even want it no more. Like, you probably watched it, everything, and I still don't want it anymore because you gave that away. Like, why would you do that? Like, that's all I would be thinking is like, did you do this with that person? And why you like yeah, you can't go back. No backsies. We might could still mess around because honestly, your feelings are still there. You're still a little hurt. Like everybody had a little breakup sex just to, make sure your feelings are gone, and you can move on. But
How do
there's
you
no more normalcy.
how do you pronounce your name? I don't want to mess it up.
Aisha.
Aisha. So are are you finished? Okay. So Are you religious or any way? Do you have any preference of what your religion is?
No, I was raised in the Nation of Islam, but at this point in time, I'm good. I'm just a positive entity.
Okay. So do you even believe in God?
No.
Okay. Well, I do. And I'm a Christian. And the Bible says that repent and thou sins shall be what?
Forgive.
Right. So as long as we're not married and adultery has occurred, we're supposed to forgive and what?
Forget? Is that what you try?
Wait,
Right.
Like, what you supposed to do? I don't know what your Christian's supposed to do. I don't know. I'm trying to learn too.
I'm gonna send my link to you. I have an online church. So I'm a very God-fearing man. Okay. So to answer that question, yes, if my spouse or mate was to cheat, and if I feel though if our relationship is at a space to where there's more positive than negatives, I'm gonna work through it. I'm just gonna change our zip code.
So it wouldn't go back to normal. You would just get back together and move away from who you cheated with?
Well, I would reflect on myself, because why is my woman out seeking other men if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, that's heavy. That's heavy.
I like it being your fault. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if it was raped, it's a different story.
Well, rape is cheating.
That's not cheating.
Rape is
well,
not.
Exactly. You know what I mean? If she said, well, I was drunk and I was over with my friends and it just happened.
No, that's not rape.
That's not rape. That
That's
was
not...
you drunk and you got it in.
Right. Right. But as a Christian man, as a God-fearing man, as a father of 3 daughters, mistakes do occur.
You know what? I've always taken issue with people having sex and then calling it a mistake. It didn't accidentally fall out your underwear, out your pants, out your clothes. You didn't accidentally put your knee behind your head, behind your back. You did all these things intentionally. So when people say, oh, I made a mistake, no, you just did the wrong thing. You 100% knew what you was doing. You just did the wrong thing. Just say, I did a selfish thing. That wasn't a mistake. A mistake is something that you didn't mean to do. You meant to do it.
I believe it's a mistake, and I'm not to give a pass for cheating. So I'm going to say this as in reference to that mistake portion of it. The mistake was that they went after and they did something that did not become fruitful. It hurt their relationship with their partner. So at that time, they weren't thinking clearly and they weren't realizing exactly what they were doing. So that's the mistake piece of that, that I'll say.
I'm not trying to interrupt you, but
go ahead.
Do you think that more times than not, the one who cheats knows that it's going to affect the relationship in a negative way, or they think that there's a chance that this is going to be neutral or somehow positive?
I believe that at the time when that person is cheating, they're not even thinking about anything other at that time.
Well, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but because I was a master at cheating.
No.
And people cheat because they don't think they're going to get caught.
Yes, I was going there with that too. But yeah, go ahead.
So not a mistake, something that you're doing intentional.
No,
it's still a mistake.
You mistaken. You slipped up and got caught because you accidentally left the receipt to the hotel. That might have been a mistake.
No, because God reveals all.
Oh yeah.
I know people who have been cheating on their wives for years and still ain't got caught.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed I didn't say friends. I said people.
I heard that.
Yeah, people. Because my girlfriends are cheating with them. Well, when I say girlfriends, my friends that are girls.
Gotcha.
That's comedy.
That's what they like. They like married men. I'd be like, girl, you are crazy.
And,
Like,
and
oh wow. But
I've heard that. I've heard that before, and it's funny. It's funny because we have this sector of women that love married men, but the overall sector, the overall women in general, never speak about this. We just talk about how all men love to cheat.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but
I mean,
but at that same all men love to cheat conversation, the men are cheating with somebody. So we're not saying that women ain't out here being thought body about it. He's not just cheating with Jerome, he's cheating with Janet too. So it got to be a Janet for him to cheat with.
True.
Huh? What is Jerome?
She went both ways with it.
I'm trying to be a better person, and there's equal opportunity out here in these streets, evidently. So I'm trying to I'm trying to be inclusive.
Yeah, I get you. So to answer the overall question though about if a relationship can get back to normal, I won't say the relationship can get back to normal, but I will say that the relationship can recover and can get back to a healthy relationship after cheating if the both of them are willing to work through the issues that they had and deal with what problems are going on so that the cheating won't happen again. So there's situations, all cheating, there's some sort of reason where that's deep rooted, and when you love someone, you don't give that person away so easily because love is unconditional. So when you love someone, you love them with all of their faults. So for me, I was once married. My husband did not cheat on me. However, the love that I had for my husband, if he ever did, I would not give my husband away just because of some cheating, because there's more substance to the relationship. Now, a relationship where I'm just dating someone and then they decide to cheat, if it's not, we ain't that serious or whatever, then we can go on about our business. But can a relationship come back from cheating? Yes, it can. Yeah. It takes work.
Well, I mean, you got to believe in God.
Or you have to believe in something. So I won't necessarily say God because a lot of people don't believe it. I do.
If you love children, you believe in God.
Yeah. But, I'm not going to, I don't want to just say that to everybody because everybody don't believe in that. I do. I'm a firm believer in God. But again, the real love has to be there in order for the relationship to be salvaged.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I got to be more positives than negatives. Like if I always argue, the money ain't right, baby, it's just a whole lot of chaos, and then that comes along. That's just.
I mean, you was ready to go anyway. You was ready to go. Then the cheating just opened the door for you to be like, bye.
Yeah. Like, okay, let that be the reason you can exit. Yep. Yeah, I do agree that you can come back from cheating. It's not going to ever be the same, but you can come back from cheating.
As far as the aspect of quote unquote going back to normal, yeah, it is. It's a form of trauma that you go through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of emotions and stuff tied with that. Like we saying, you can't come back from it, but it's going to take that much amount of work, that much amount of focusing on something else other than what y'all was able to focus on at first. So it's definitely interesting.
All right, folks, we gotta cut the conversation short yet again. But Zab, did you have
more? No, it's cool.
I just want to say we could pick it back up where we left off, but we got to pay these bills. We'll be back with more His and Hers on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in.
If you or someone you know would like to be a panelist on His and Hers, email us at production@plugnetworkonline.com. Subject line, His and Hers.
Yo, everybody, this is Rob Lee, and I'm inviting you to the Plug listening session on Saturday, March 26th. We're going to be listening to my debut album, Art of Flight, right here on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in.
I'm a city boy, kinda something like a pretty boy, but I like to get litty boy. I ain't soft like a litty boy.
Want your brand or business featured on the Plug? Advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. Again, advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. We got the eyes that are looking for you. I'm telling what's gonna happen. It's his and hers. Let's jump in.
Oh, well, that's what they, not in when you're not
Right.
of.
We're back
That's-
with more his and hers on the Plug Network. We just finished up. Do you think a relationship can get back to normal? Now, this one is going to be a little bit more personal. Do you think a relationship can get back to normal from cheating? 2, will you personally forgive your significant other for cheating on you?
Repeat that question.
Will you forgive your significant other if they cheated on you? I believe, Ray, you answered this a little bit.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you believe in God, if you're a God-fearing man and you understand the scripture, then you understand what repent means, and you understand that nobody is perfect, and that you understand that it gets greater later. To me, that's just the testimony of, I would say, a test, because my grandparents were married for 58 years. My mom was married for 38 years. My uncle's married for 41 years. My cousin's married for 22 years. Everybody in my family's been married for a long time with me. I broke the curse.
The curse.
There.
But
Well, before you expound, the thoughts and opinions of the panelists on his and hers do not reflect the Plug Network and its affiliates. Okay, Ray, keep going.
He said, I am the player from the Himalayas.
it's kind of like,
Who cares?
do unto others as you do unto yourself. Like, if you will want her to forgive you for, the mistakes that you made, you're going to have to, forgive that. But a tit for tat would definitely break the relationship, though. Like, let's say if I cheat and she caught me and we're going through it, and then I catch her 2 years later, that much trust is hard to get back between two people. Does that make sense? Like,
So why does she have to forgive you, but you can't forgive her?
Huh?
And why does she have to forgive you, but you can't forgive her?
No, I'm saying that I will. If my girlfriend cheats, it would have to be, because it's all mental. It's not physical at that point. It's mental, right? You got to have to weigh the good in your relationship with the bad. Like, if everything is all good, like everything, the way y'all communicate, you all's intellectual conversations, your job structure, your income, if y'all got, cars and houses, and y'all got all of these different things, and then, she cheats. If you got all of this up here that she's got to bring to the table in a relationship, and it's not a whole lot over here, I guess the question would be like, why does she cheat? But other than that, yeah, I would definitely forgive her, because I don't want to lose all of this for some, because evaluate the person she cheated with. Like, I'm just going to give her away, all of this good stuff away for just a night. That's cool. You got me.
Just don't let it happen again.
I ain't gonna get my girl up. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Nah. I might change that code, but I ain't giving my girl up.
You stay changing that zip code.
He said he's like the mood. I don't know. I think the Taurus Gemini and me will be like, you know what? All right. And I've had, what am I saying? What do I think? I've had it. I've had dudes cheat on me, and I find out, and it's like, oh, well, we're going to be together. We're going to work it out. Yeah, none of that crap ever works out, because that didn't go away in the mind that, okay, it wasn't that you did something physical. It's a mental thing. Like, okay, so if you really just needed to get one off, you could have rubbed that out on your own, but you chose to go over there and do that with her. So if that's the energy that you are drawn to, may the force be with you and you can go be with her.
Well, there's a show that I want everybody to watch. It's called The Twitter Swindler. Have y'all seen it?
Heard about it.
There's some slick ass people out here, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Very.
You could be in a position to where you and your mate is in a financial bind, and one of these guys or girls interrupt that with their fascist lies and deceitment and trick one of you all out of those panties and those boxes.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So you get the act.
It's not a trick if they biting though.
Oh, yeah, I'm saying, you gotta.
Hey, watch that movie. You'll be like, wow.
You said it's called the Twitter and
Twitter.
But
is it the Twitter or the
Tinder?
Tinder?
Tinder swindler.
The Tinder.
I think it's Tinder.
Oh.
Yes, the Tinder swindler. I've used that.
Oh, they hustling people on.
Which I have to point out, and this is on me again. If you're in a secure relationship, why are you on Tinder? That's my question. But
that part, because that's that little date nap, right? So why are you on a date nap if you're in a relationship?
Saying that you beat them on there. I'm saying you could be out with the girls at a bar. Like my girl, she may go out. One of her friends may fly in or something, or she go out with her sisters or whatever. And one of these slick talking guys is to say you and your relationship, because it always happens. God always tests you. And it could be where you and your mate is just not in a really good space at that time. And this guy comes up and he's so flamboyant. He's telling you everything you want to hear. I've been one of those.
Oh, Mr. Right Now. Okay,
Yeah.
I've met him a couple times.
I mean, but as the man, you got to understand that you vulnerably put your woman in that situation by not talking to her for a couple of days, calling her out her name, disrespecting her. Now she's out about, and this dude is telling her everything she wants to hear.
No, darling, I wouldn't
It's a
do
fan-
you like that.
He's a fantasy. So he's that temporary mouth, right? That's what you're saying? Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, my answer is I would forgive her.
And my answer would be I would forgive. Would I forget? No.
Definitely not forget, but I would forgive
that. But yeah, I would forgive. And yeah.
So they just gonna cheat on you, and y'all just gonna keep on forgiving.
No, fine.
So
no,
why
fine.
I need to even be in a monogamous relationship? We could just be hoes out here. If I'm gonna get everybody getting forgiveness, like where's the breaks?
I got a question.
Where's the edges?
I got a question for you, because this is a question that I have been meaning to ask Black women in particular. Why is it so easy for Black women to forgive their children before they forgive their man?
How long? My children. Wait, was that for Miss Five?
I don't know that that's true.
Was that for Miss Five, or is that open question for her or I?
Oh, I don't have any children, but I don't know that's true.
I have children, so my question is, number one, my children came from me, and then that I have with my children versus the relationship that I have with my man. So are we talking man or are we talking husband? Because those are two different things.
I'm just saying in general, because
In general, okay.
I mean, in a relationship, let's say, because we probably too old, but girlfriend boyfriend relationship.
Well, you know,
that's kind of like temporarily,
right.
right. If
So
you're growing to a marriage, you all have talked about that, and you get married. So we're speaking on a married couple, right? We're not going to speak on. We're not going to speak on worldly things. We're going to speak on godly things, because that's all I can talk about. If you're married and one of you all cheat, and you can't forgive your mate, then there was no love in the beginning of the marriage.
Well, I mean, but you can't really, because different people love in different ways. There's some people that can't take the idea of their mate cheating on them, so they want to, go off and do other things. I'm not going to say it on this platform that we're on, but they can't take that. Like, mentally, they can't take that, so they're ready to take another action behind what you've done. Some people aren't strong enough mentally to deal with that. Then you have the other people, on the other hand, where their love is unconditional. I'm going to work through this. We're going to do this. And then you have the other people where they're like, all right, well, the cheating it was done. You gave her half of me. Now she thinks we're equal. I ain't gonna be able to do it. And then they dip out. So there's different people that look at that differently. Their mental, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Their mental capacity, they can deal with it better. Everybody ain't cut the same. And then there's certain levels to love. But then, for your original question about why do we forgive our children versus forgiving our mate. So my husband, we sat there and we had a covenant with God, and we did this before all of our people, saying that we're going to do this. We're going to be with each other, sickness and health, all that other stuff. The children came as a result of that. So there's a different kind of pain that a husband can give a wife from cheating versus a different kind of pain of whatever a child has done, because a child is a child. So they have to be taught the right way. They have to go through certain things. You have to nurture, you have to bring that child up. So there's different lines with that. When you say children, we're going to forgive our kids, and then we're going to forgive our spouses.
I agree with that.
I 100% agree with that. And it took a Black woman like yourself to explain that to me, because I've always wondered why some women would just accept their kid out here murdering someone or doing bad things in communities, but not accepting that an imperfect man, will go out and make a mistake that they can get over.
It's a different kind of hurt.
Yeah. It's something that us men don't know. So I thank you for that answer, because I've been looking for it.
Maybe it's a little bit of guilt knowing that, hey, that's my kid. I put him out here. I put in on that. No matter how far it is, people like, I raised my children to be like this. Oh, Billy was not this kind of child. He a whole mass murderer. Oh, well, Johnny didn't do this. Johnny been moving birds since the 6th grade.
Wow.
Like, wait a minute.
He's a whole mass murderer.
And they be knowing they put in on that.
We gotta go. We gotta wrap it up. So everybody, plug yourself, because you're on the plug. Plug what you got. On that note, that's a beautiful note to go out on. Miss Fi, if you would.
Oh, who am I plugging today? I'm Miss Fi. You can find me on Instagram, MSPHI, just like Omega Sci-Fi, but I'm 518, because we represent for the Taurus. We're coming soon. I'm just out here promoting positivity this month. So we got the Hug Brigade coming soon. We spreading positivity from me here to you there.
All right, Shanika, if you have anything to plug, feel free to do so.
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Shanika R. Abram, as well as my business, Abundance Solutions, where we specialize in minding your business.
All right, Ray Ali with the T-Mobile jacket on. I know what's about to happen. Let's go.
All right. So, no, I'm just kidding.
I was
Play
finna
all
crap
day.
on
You
him
play all day.
so
you play
hard.
too
I was
much.
finna give it to him.
That's on the edge of our seats. Like, wait a
I
minute.
was like,
I
hello,
know, right?
hello.
So, I do have a T-Mobile company. I am a T-Mobile contracted company. I have my own company that deals with T-Mobile. So I hire people all over the country to do T-Mobile second door-to-door business. So it's just like in the store, but you can do it from home. And also, I am a owner of a solar company called Forever Freedom. So if you need solar on your homes or want to build a solar home or anything dealing with energy sufficient, that's me. And we have the best internet in the world, T-Mobile Home Internet. You can go to our website, or you can just go to my page, which is Ray Ali Muhammad on Facebook. Ray Ali Muhammad, like Muhammad Ali, Louisville, Kentucky. Muhammad Ali, and sign up. Just hit me up, go in my inbox, and I'll help you out.
All right, Zav, what you got going on, brother?
Yeah. All social media is at Hobby. That's YOUKNOXAVI. Got a lot of content coming out soon, so y'all stay tuned.
Gotcha. All right, and this has been another episode of His and Hers, the men and the women this time. Join us next week for the women panel again. I'm your host, Omni, etc. Stay plugged in to the Plug Network. Peace, everybody.
If you or someone you know would like to be a panelist on His and Hers, email us at production@plugnetworkonline.com. Subject line, His and Hers.
Yo, everybody, this is Rob Lee, and I'm inviting you to the Plug listening session on Saturday, March 26th. We're going to be listening to my debut album, Art of Flight, right here on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in.
I'm a city boy, kinda something like a pretty boy, but I like to get litty boy. I ain't soft like a litty boy.
Want your brand or business featured on the Plug? Advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. Again, advertise with us at plugnetworkonline.com. We got the eyes that are looking for you. I'm telling what's gonna happen. It's His and Hers. Let's jump in.